better, but to actually do it successfully, you have to actually come and visit and have direct association is very important. Because otherwise you're just going to be wondering, you know, is this real? Are these people really doing this? You know, when they turn the camera off, they go and do something else. And yeah, you know, they're going into town and watching movies, and you know, you just don't know. So you have to have direct association. It's very important. And now that I have had that direct association, it's much more clear. It's not crystal clear, of course, but it's much more clear now that I've been here for 5 weeks.
And wait until you go back. It's gonna
oh
be
yeah,
very clear.
It's gonna be nuts. I can already see how this is going. Any more questions for me?
There's a question from Amit, and he wants to know where you are in the US. Are there many Krishna followers?
Who is this from?
Amit.
Amrit?
Amit.
I don't know. Amit?
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know who this is. So the question was, no, before coming here, say about 5 weeks ago, I never met a devotee, to my knowledge, in my life, never stepped into a temple. Actually, I avoided all those places because I know how corrupt religion has become. So temple, what's that? You know, maybe in India, maybe when I go to India, we can go to some temples, but everything in the States, I'm very, you know, it's all corrupt from where I see it. You know, that's why I've stayed away from people, and all I know through devotional service is directly from this website and Causeless Mercy, Prabhupada's teachings, and this website, and that's it. And I've pretty much avoided everybody because I kind of had a heads up on what was going on, so I didn't want to associate with any of these nonsense people. So, any more questions? Oh, they wanted to know where I'm from. I'm from South Carolina, Bible Belt. Give you an idea.
Oh, there's more questions.
Oh, good.
Peter interview. Well, they're all curious because they are.
I was curious.
They're in the same position.
A question from Ronald. Any memorable moments which you can say something special that we can cherish, and something that stood out during your stay here?
Ronald Singh? Ronald Singh. Hello, Ronald. Yeah, okay. Well, I guess the first thing that kind of hit me, that was about how dirty I am. Like, I knew, before I came here, I was like, yeah, I'm in Maya. I had my Maya realization. Yes, I'm in Maya. My heart is dirty. My heart is turned into a stone. You know, I don't feel love. You know, I'm like rock hard. I knew this before I came here, but actually coming here has made it like, oh man, I'm really, really, really dirty. Before I was like, yeah, I'm very dirty, but now coming here, it was like, whoa, very, very deep layers of dirt. It's going to take a long, long, long time to get my heart clean. And what was the second part? Memorable moments? Yeah, something, actually Babaji was talking about this last night during Prasadam. He was talking about, you know, he was kind of chastising everybody yesterday for not asking good questions. So, but then after the show, during Prasadam at night, he kind of gave us a good insight into how to ask a good question. And he related it to his own experience when he was first reading Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. When he would read the shlokas, he would ask himself, he would read a shloka and then he would ask himself, okay, how do I apply this? What situation is this shloka applicable to? And because, you know, I guess he had the realization from the get-go, or from very early on, it seems, that everything in Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, Bhagavad-gītā, it's not just theoretical knowledge, it's all practical. It can all be applied to day-to-day situations. it all has a practical purpose. You know, we have practical experience. You know, everything can be applied to real life situations in day-to-day life. So if you're having problem asking a good question, find a shloka in Bhagavatam that you like and ask Babaji, how do I apply this in my day-to-day life, or what situation is this shloka applicable? Because everything is there for a reason. Everything can be applied to your life. And it might not seem that way. A lot of shlokas might not seem that way, but just ask. And Babaji will tell you, yes, you apply this in this situation. Da-da, da-da, da-da. So that was a pretty nice insight that Babaji gave us yesterday, I thought. He gave us like the secret, one of the secrets to asking a good question. You know, how do I apply this? How do I apply this knowledge? It's not just theoretical. Any more questions?
We did interviews for all of us like that, remember? Some time ago. So it's your turn.
There's a question from Devyesh again. What are your political views? Does it conflict any beliefs against Krishna consciousness?
Politics is nonsense. I take no stock in it whatsoever. And because my belief is that all politics is corrupt, influence of politics is corrupting, and if you haven't figured that out, what are you doing here? Just like what Babaji said, you know, politics, I mean, it's nonsense. Who cares about politics? So no, I have no political affiliations. So learning this knowledge, I guess I could say that I guess I'm starting from a more or less clean slate, and that I've never been indoctrinated to any religion before. You know, my parents weren't religious. I don't have any other spiritual background. So everything I've learned here, it's basically, you know, I didn't have to unlearn too much, you know. So, you know what I'm trying to say. I didn't have to unlearn religious stuff, or, you know what I'm trying to say.
Question from Amit. What led you to Krishna consciousness in the first place? Was it looking for truth or something else?
Well, yeah, I've always been a curious person and in search of knowledge. And basically, you know, I could tell from such an early age that, you know, I was living, in third grade, I had a realization that I was living in like hell, like a hellish situation. Like, really. Like, I realized I was living in hell. And I guess from that point on, I've just always been curious about knowledge. And that's what really piqued me about Krishna consciousness, is that, you know, basically when I started researching this stuff, he's asking, how did I come across this?
How did you come to Krishna consciousness?
How did I come to it? Well, basically searching on the internet, through YouTube and other search engines, just out of curiosity, searching for unknown subject matters. And just almost automatically I found this site. And then I downloaded the Vedābase, and then I just, for over a year straight, I would just, out of sheer curiosity, I would, you know, the Vedābase has a search function, and you can search for whatever you want. So over a year, just out of sheer curiosity, I would just come up with the wildest stuff I could think of, you know, just out of curiosity, and make searches on the Vedābase. Okay, I want to know about this. I want to know about this. And I did this for over a year. And then after a year of doing this straight, like I'm not curious anymore. Like my curiosity got burned out. Like I burned it out. Like, because anything you want to research, anything you want to know, it's there. Use the Vedābase and do a search. Don't know about something, want to know about something, do a Vedābase search. And you'll have more than you asked for, trust me. It's probably, the answer is probably in Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, one of the cantos. That's what it usually wound up being. But I mean, you don't know. Just make a search on the Vedābase. You don't know what you're going to find. and how deep the knowledge goes, you know?
So as a follow-up to this, he's saying, so while searching for, you felt a trigger in your heart, making you inquire for more spiritual knowledge?
Yeah, I originally found the esoteric teaching site. I did a YouTube search for spirituality, and boom, Bhagavad-gītā popped up. And I was like, what's Bhagavad-gītā? I never heard of that before. You know, so I clicked on this, and I saw Babaji doing his thing. And then I found the esoteric teaching site, and I was on the esoteric teaching site for about 2 weeks, and then they posted the 2012 video. So I was there right before the 2012 video got posted there. So I've been following the site for quite some time, and I've seen it go through 50 different changes at least. I mean, so many